Hello, today I'm going to talk about another novel that I have written. This one is a little bit different, so to say, because of the subject, because of the title. It's called A Walk with the Devil, and it is a novel. The cover, I will read from the cover, it reads, when Eloise crosses paths with Lucian, a mysterious figure who is captivating as he is dangerous, her world is turned upside down. Drawn into a dark journey between temptation and truth, she must decide how far she is willing to walk with the devil. So this is, so to say, the story. It came to me, the idea of Eloise, which represents the girl in the book, and so to say, she meets this boy, and then so to say, the story follows. The girl asks questions, who he is, and so on to say. And so to say, almost like the boy falls in love with her. It has this level of suspense, that I try to recreate, or the dialogue between them, which I thought interesting. At the same time, it is a love story, or I'd say it is the girl discovers some type of truth, and then the book has an open end. In the same time, it is very I wanted to write a novel that one is interested to read, and I will read from the book from the beginning. A Walk with the Devil, the stranger in the shadows. Eloise was 7 when she first met him. It happened during one of her evening walks through the woods, the kind she wasn't supposed to take. Her mother would scold her if she knew. The woods were too dense, the paths winding, the shadows too long. But Eloise loved the quiet crunch of leaves under her boots and the distant hum of cicadas. There was something about the solitude of it all, something that felt like a secret belonging to her and the trees. That evening the forest felt different. The air shimmered with heat, despite the cool season. The silence wasn't quite silent. There was a rustling, a whispering sound that didn't belong to the wind. Lost? The voice was smooth as silk, deep as the ocean, and carried an edge that made the hairs on her arms stand up. She turned and saw him. He leaned against a gnarled tree trunk, his dark suit pristine despite the mud of the forest floor. His hair was black as midnight, his eyes gleaming with something she couldn't name, curiosity perhaps, or something sharper. "No," she said, clutching her coat tighter. "I know these woods. Do you?" His smile stretched just enough to make her uneasy. Knowing the woods is one thing, knowing where the end is another. "I'm not lost," she insisted. "Not yet," he replied. The man fell into step beside her, uninvited but oddly welcome. He didn't ask where she was going, nor did she tell him. They walked in silence for a while, his polished shoes somehow as quiet as her boots on the forest floor. "What's your name?" she asked finally, more out of politeness than curiosity. He chuckled. "I've had many names. You can call me Lucian." "Lucian," she repeated. "That's a strange name. Stranger things have happened." He didn't ask for her name, and she didn't offer it, but she felt the weight of his gaze on her as they walked. "Are you a bad person?" Eloise asked, breaking the silence. Lucian arched an eyebrow. "What makes you ask that?" "You feel bad," she said after a moment. "Not bad like me, but bad like heavy." Lucian laughed, a sound that seemed to echo longer than it should. "Perceptive, aren't you? Most people don't notice that." "Are you?" she pressed. "Bad?" He tilted his head, considering. "Depends who you ask. To some I'm the worst thing that ever happened. To others I'm just an inconvenience." "What about you? What do you think?" His smile faded, and for the first time Eloise saw something like weariness in his eyes. "I think I'm tired of the question." The forest grew darker, and Lucian conjured a small flame in his palm to light their way. Eloise stared at it, wide-eyed. "Are you a wizard?" "Hardly," he said. "It's just a trick." "Can I learn it?" "Perhaps, but first let me ask you something." "What?" "Why do you think people hurt each other?" The question caught her off guard. She shrugged. "I don't know. Because they're angry?" "Sometimes, but anger is a mask. What do you think it hides?" She thought about it. "Sadness?" "Close," he said. "Fear. Fear that they lose what they have. Fear that they'll never get what they want. Fear of being small, of being forgotten." "Do you ever get scared?" she asked. "Every day," he said softly. As the weeks passed, their walks became a regular occurrence. Eloise found herself looking forward to them, even when she didn't fully understand why. Lucien was strange, yes, and a little frightening, but he was also kind in his own peculiar way, answering her question with patience and never laughing at her curiosity. This is the beginning of the book. The book goes then on. The story, it is not a very large book, but it's like a novel, 143 pages, no? And approximately this is the tone of the book. There's these questions that the girl asks him. There's this dialogue between them. At the same time, the story does take a different turn. One that I say is almost not expected, or one doesn't know what to expect. There's this feeling of mystery, or a feeling of what, like the feeling of something is going to happen, but you don't know what. So there's this element of curiosity as well in the book. But the book is, I say, a very nice read. It tries to keep the same. The same movement throughout the books. At the same time, there are parts where the action moves a little faster. There are parts where everything moves a little slower. And to be honest, one has to read the book. Now, of course, this entire book, an entire story. This was just a reading from the beginning of it. As I've said, it is a novel. What makes a book a novel? It is a fantasy story. It is I say a character. The author has created a character or more. In general, there are novels where there can be even hundreds of characters, but that's not the point of the novel. The novel is about deeper understanding or deeper insights in the human psyche or the psychology, or so it works a lot with environment, description of the inner thought of the participants or of the characters in the book. At the same time, the novel does have a middle, a beginning and an end. Some novels have open end. Some novels, the story has, so to say, some type of, not an open end, like a circle. But this one is, I would say, like a interesting book. I will not call it psychological. It is not a psychological novel. It is more like a suspense novel. It does carry, some deeper meaning as well. One can read it like a fast read. One can, I would say, read it in a more slower pace. It depends. But I do think it's an interesting novel that one can read and enjoy. You can find it on Amazon internationally if you want to buy it. The book, and there are maybe some other things I can say about it. The idea was very interesting to me. At the same time, I like to keep my books. It's like a journey or some type of understanding that goes beyond the pages that or the words that I have written. There is always a hope of a writer to correspond or to transcend or to give some type of meaning or messages or some type of interesting ideas or concepts. At the same time, most of my books are for, I'd say, enjoyment purposes, for one to read, for one to find maybe some things that one can look or need, or some type of answers, or simply for the enjoyment of reading a book. That's always the first aspect of a book, of course, is to read, but one can go a little bit deeper into understanding of the story, or even of what the writer actually wanted to correspond, or to what message a book has, or what interest a book has, if it's good, if it's bad, if it's interesting, if it moves towards curiosity or not. Thank you so much for listening. If you like the book, as I've said, you can purchase it on Amazon, and thank you for listening. All the best. Bye.